What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. Yes, we are back finally with another round of the AOR Oceania F1 Championship. We're back again for round number 4 here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It was a little bit of, we did have a little bit of a break, actually, did AOR for a couple of weeks between China and Azerbaijan, because the real life USA and Mexican Grand Prix were happening at the same times, a couple of weeks in between, and it was more affecting the European side of things, so I could totally understand it as we actually outbreak ourselves and go off into turn 3 on the outlap. So not the greatest of starts back into the swing of things in AOR, but yeah, that was mainly the reason why we had a 2-week break. But we're back again. Obviously, this sort of, the calendar is now sort of in sync now with SRL, so it's sort of a lead up into this one for these league races. So obviously SRL and AOR are pretty much nearly the same, pretty much going to be nearly the same every race weekend. So I mean, earlier on AOR was ahead by a couple of races, but now we have now caught up with in SRL as well. So pretty much even seas. But anyway, back to qualifying for the moment, and here, and I actually went corner cut at turn 15, as you would have seen, but how the hell I got the fastest second sector, I have absolutely no idea, as Warden now goes to a provisional pole for the time being, as we go into P2 with a 1:39.981, which, I mean, that was definitely a lot quicker than my lap time around here in SRL. So, I mean, it definitely improved a little bit. And obviously, like I said, I have improved a tiny bit just to get ready for this one. I actually gave my teammate there a little bit of slipstream coming onto the front straight there, so thought it may help out his lap time, which I assume it would do anyway. But anyway, we'll come back into the pits here, and like I mentioned, I have improved a little bit coming into this round, obviously, considering what you saw back in the last race around Azerbaijan, which obviously didn't exactly go to plan. I mean, I've not had great results around here in AOR, but I'm just trying to hopefully rectify it. It's a replay on ball here with Master Berserk. I think he's on an outlap here coming through the castle section. He just slams the wall. Well,
that looked bad. Are you all right? Let me know you're all right.
He actually hits the wall coming out of the castle section, then ricochets off to the other side, and that's pretty much his qualifying done, unfortunately, for Master Berserk. So he's formed off.
Our best lap so far is a 1:39.9.
Unfortunately for him, his run around here is not off to the greatest of starts in AOR, but like Jeff said, we are still currently P2 at the moment because there are a few guys not setting early lap times at the moment, because wasn't really sure which way to go with the tyres a little bit. I think I learned a lot from SRL into this one, so I think I'm going to change it up a little bit as I actually let my teammate go through there. But this was mainly just more of an outlap, just to get more grip down on the track, as I let Creekmaster go through there, who's currently our championship leader, I believe, from memory. So again, apologies if I haven't mentioned it already, but I forgot to get the table post-China up for this one, but you'll be definitely hopefully seeing the results table a little bit more often anyway. But you're looking back on last season's results. I think Warden actually won this race last year from both from Tim Atmatic and New Zealand Ryan, as you probably would have seen there. But yeah, at the current moment, it's P6. We obviously dropped back to P6. We had to wait a little bit, obviously, for the gang at Haas to get Laggy's car back into the pits, but eventually they did come around and get to it here. But like I mentioned, I did change it up, the strategy. Well, you can say the strategy-wise, but did change it up a little bit for this one. Obviously, Ultra Softs around here probably don't exactly last too long, whereas I would have thought compared to 2017. So, and a lot of guys in SRL started on these super soft tyres. I'm probably saying SRL a lot in this video, so I sincerely apologise to the AOR gang if they're watching this video. But anyway, continuing on, I think this is pretty much, I did fill the car up for 2 runs, so I was mainly going to use this one as a a rubbish lap, really, and just see what we can do here. Maybe just warm up the tyres a little bit, and you just see for the lap times there. They're not exactly too brilliant here, but I think I sort of backed out of it around this corner, especially when I ran wide coming through our turn 4. So I just decided to warm up the tyres a little bit more here, just to find a bit more grip, because they take a little bit longer to do the super soft tyres to get warmed up around this joint. But it's drop bear off to the left there, just getting out of our road, which is very nice of him to do. But you'll be able to see now the full lap here of my fastest around Azerbaijan. Hopefully it's a lot quicker than what it was in SRL. But anyway, going into turn 1, much better run here. Didn't run way too wide into turn 1. Now through into turn 2. Probably took a little bit too much curb there. Maybe should have braked a little bit deeper into that corner. But anyway, we now continue on this long back straight. One of the many long back straights around here. Brake about nearly the 100-meter board. Again, probably took too much curb through turn 3 there, which was probably not ideal. Now turn 4, missed the curb there, which you get right up close to the wall as you dare. Now into turn 5 and 6. We are up a little bit by 0.4 of a second here, so I think we're about nearly 2/10 behind fastest time at the moment, which I'm not sure exactly who's got it at the current moment. But here's the castle section, which caught me out earlier. As a Pres BC's car actually put me off there, so he's crashed at the castle section, so that probably really put me off quite a bit here. Now this long left-hander, it's 13 and 14 into turn 15, which did caught me out a little bit here. It ran in a little bit too hot now. Now got front wing damage, so this is going to really affect me a lot for the rest of this lap. So now through turn 16 we go. But where it's going to hurt the most is this left-right hander. You can tell I try my absolute best. Even held it flat there because I wanted to just turn in early just to make sure I didn't lose time there. We did go up by about 8, nearly 9/10 of a second to second 2, but come across the line. Now we do improve our lap time, which puts us up into P3, up by 1.4 seconds in the end, which did give me a 1:38.563, which, as I said, puts us in P3. But after a lot of other guys did improve, we did drop all the way back down to P8 as my teammate actually out-qualifies me again in P7. But DRC Jared gets pole position, so his run of form is continuing on again with a 1:37.447. Got Fens on the front row, Warden HO, Greek Master, New Zealand Ryan, DLG Gamble, Drop Bear. We got Pres BC, Neon Trito, Master Berserker, and Quicksilver didn't set lap times, but it's time to go racing here for the AOR at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Alrighty, welcome to the grid for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix under perfect skies. Strategy is a pretty simple one here. It is a one stop around this joint, so going from super soft tyres to the soft tyres. I think nearly majority of all of us here are actually starting on the super soft tyres. I don't think I really saw anyone else starting on ultra soft tyres. It'd be a real gamble if they actually did try it, but that'd be a real long shot. Anybody outside the top 10 would be probably starting going the opposite way, going from softs to super soft tyres, but pretty much nearly lining up here.
And watch for the lights.
So yeah, nice. Going to be taking it pretty cautiously, I think, into turn 1 because there has been chaos before. But here we go. We're all set for round number 4 of the AOR Oceania F1 Tier 5 red lights. Let's do it around Baku, and it's again fairly decent start compared to my teammate. Greek Master comes straight across on New Zealand Ryan there. He gets caught up in there. Little drama. Laggy goes right around the outside there and he gets the move done, but I'm under attack here from DLG Gamble, who's going to go right around the outside, nearly slamming to the side there of Laggy. We've still got Gamble on the right hand side. Again, there's a jittering moments there. I think that's probably more because of me with my crappy internet, but going into turn 3, Laggy and Ryan are having a good battle here as Gamble finally gets the move done on myself, but he's going to have a look here at the inside of Laggy. No, not quite. Now I've got Master Berserk, who of course, like I said, crashed out during qualifying. He's starting on the soft tyres, so hopefully he can have a good run here in this race, but yeah, just dropping away a little bit here. I don't know why the hell I was weaving there. I have absolutely no idea. We're just probably trying to make sure the tyres are warmed up here, because key strategies is probably getting to about, I think, lap 10 or something, around that area. Try and make the one-stop work, running very wide coming out of turn 12 there. But we get on to lap 2 there, and Laggy and Gamble having a nice little battle up there in the front here, which is a good sight to show here. We'll have a proper look on their onboards in a second. It's running a little bit too deep into turn 2, which didn't really help my cause here. Just trying to get rid of Master Berserk off my rear end, but these two up in front are still battling away. Gamble goes up the inside here in turn 3. Laggy's going to hold on here, maybe go back up the inside in turn 4, which he does. Gamble trying to do a little bit of crisscross here, but this battling is allowing us behind to pretty much catch up to these guys. Just trying to get a good run out of here, which don't really do. Which, like I said, I did improve the setup a bit compared to last time around Azerbaijan, but now coming up to the dreaded castle section now, but we've hit the wall and we're out.
That looked bad. Are you all right? Let me know you're all right.
And you could tell how frustrated I was at this point, because I literally could not believe that had happened. Here's a replay on board with slow-mo. Now, literally, I actually just turned it a little bit early, and probably at this point when I watched the footage back, I thought, I'm in a little bit of trouble, and then obviously the rest is history. And
that looked bad. Are you all right?
Master Berserk. We're going to actually have a look on board here with him, so this is actually going to be quite telling, because I'm not sure exactly whether he actually got damage or not, but we'll see it on here. It's obviously coming through nearly into the cast section now. I've hit the wall, and, well, thankfully, the ghosting system actually works on this game. And Master Berserk will be breathing a sigh of relief, I tell you, that he didn't get any sort of damage from me there, but it's obviously me out of the race, and yeah, I really hate Baku. Could you tell that? There's the replays on board with Neon Tridome. Going down into turn 2 here, having a little look at the inside of Prez BC. He's got Quicksilver behind him. It looked like Drop Bear had a little bit of a moment there. Going to try and get a little bit of a slipstream here. We were down a little bit on numbers as well, as actually Neon tries to go right around the outside here of Drop Bear. Doesn't quite have it here, but he's still got the nose in here up into turn 4. Not quite, gives him a little nudge, but he'll hang on for now. And now continuing on a bit further on. Oh, this was on lap 2, obviously. This is all the battling behind. Press BC and Drop Bear having a nice little battle here, and Neon gets a little bit close for comfort there. But is Press BC going to shove it up the inside here? No, thinks better of it, so he's playing it nice and cautiously. Like I said, we did lose a few numbers for this round especially. I think a couple of guys may have left the league. I think from memory, Brock left, and Harry left, and I think Pencil Man had left as well. I'm not sure whether it was this round or not, but here's a replay on board with DLG Gamble from the race start. So you can tell, obviously, myself and him were having a little bit of a battle there. You can see all the jittering that was going on my side, which I'll put that down to my crappy internet. But anyway, there was a little bit of a touch there with Laggy and New Zealand Ryan. Thankfully, all come out unscathed, and Gamble had a little look at the inside there into turn 4, but thinks better of it, and cut a bit later on into the lap. This is what occurred in front of me, so obviously Gamble trying to get the slipstream here. No DRS yet, obviously, because it's only lap 1, but these two literally going side by side now into turn 1. Pretty much nothing between these guys at the current moment, but it's one of the who's the bravest, and Laggy's real brave going deep into turn 1 there and actually hanging on to position 7, I think this is, in the race, and it's going to continue on here down the back straight here. Got full modes going on here. got a full hot lap load as DLG Gamble. Another sends it up the inside here. He thinks he probably has the move done at this point, but doesn't realise that Laggy's still up the inside here. Brakes very late and manages to hang on to the position for now. And
Okay,
obviously,
the position. Try to
the
keep
battle
focus.
behind obviously gained me a lot of time, and yeah, obviously these guys kept continuing on, but this was continuing on down into turn 1. That was lap 3, and Laggy has a big moment down into turn 1. I think he may have copped a little bit of front wing damage from that, going very, very deep, and that's pretty much just giving DLG Gamble the position there up into P7 for him now, as actually drop bears now into the pits for an early pit stop. So I dare say it'd probably be for front wing damage, because like many races around Azerbaijan, it is quite easily possible to lose your front wing around this track. But these two are still battling away here, and I think Gamble's going to hang on for now, especially with Laggy's front wing damage here. But the battle continues on going into lap 4 as Laggy now comes back at DLG Gamble with DRS as well, going into turn 1, and again runs very deep, and now he's into the wall. You could see that happening from a mile back. The tighter line, probably not the ideal way to get the move done, and unfortunately I was watching that after I crashed out, so I was trying to give my teammate a bit of guidance. But so a lot of battling going on here with HO, Greek Master, Warden and New Zealand Ryan. Something's happened here, so HO somehow is up into P3 now. I think Greek's now back to 4th. Ryan now gets past Warden for P5, so all of this happening here at the moment in this race. Continue on through lap 5. Laggy just trying to make a decent run through there, and actually Greek Master has got back past HO, gets the move done into turn 1, and that's a pretty simple move for him. So back up into P3. He's lost a little bit of ground. Looks like he gave the wall a little bit of a nudge there to Greek. And this is, who's that? Quicksilver getting past Laggy. So he's really losing a lot of time now, probably to do with that front wing damage. And drop bears a little bit behind as he nearly goes into the wall again at turn 2. But somehow manages to get away with it. That's, I dare say we have to come in. I think I was telling him at this point that maybe he could just come in and get another pit stop in. And Warden's now out of the Grand Prix, so he won't be defending his race win around here. And he crashed at the castle section. So that's now 2 victims of the castle section, obviously including myself. But yeah, a bit of a real shame, unfortunately, for Warden, who's showing a bit good, decent pace as well throughout this race, even though it was only lap 5, I think, throughout this race. But just Pres BC coming in on lap 6 for a front wing change, I think, is going on here. So I was a bit puzzled as to why he came in, but there's my teammate now into the lane to have his front wing change. So did a start on the super soft tyres, did Laggy, so he will come in for the softs as Pres BC going to go side by side here, battle through into turn 2. Drop bear just hangs on for now, but Pres BC's obviously on the ultra soft tyres, so he'll be quick in just a little patch really. But there's now Quicksilver's now into the lane, and another person that's had to change a front wing, so would not surprise me. Super soft tyres for him, as there goes Pres BC up the inside, running very deep into turn 1 and getting the spot done on drop bears. He going to have a look back at the inside? No, he doesn't. So people are now on to lap 7 of this race. And now Master Berserk around the outside of DLG Gamble. This is on lap 8, I believe. And he gets that move done for position 6. So Master Berserk starting to show a little bit of pace here at the moment. As they're coming through this left-right hander here. It was a little bit of a glitchy with my my internet speeds, but yeah, I think Berserk's now got it done. This is actually on board with DLG Gamble, so Berserk had to do it the long way around, and he's actually done it pretty well. Because Gamble had to go so early into that corner, but yeah, just had a little slide coming out of turn 4 there, but I think at this point he tried to have a look up the inside here into turn 5, but he's waved the white flag, I think, and let him go. So now back we go here onto, what are we on, lap 9, I think we're about to start, and New Zealand Ryan is making moves again. He's going to get past the Red Bull of HO, and he does so into turn 1, running a little bit wide actually is Ryan, so he's going to have to fight it hard, but HO probably doesn't really put much of a fight there, so concedes the spot and puts New Zealand Ryan up into P4. But now lap 10, this is when the pit stop started onto lap 11. This is when the pit stop started. So DRC Jarrett's in, race leader, soft tyres for him. Greek Masters in, New Zealand Ryan is in. So Greek's going for soft tyres as well. So this is pretty much the strategy all round. Ryan's in for his soft tyres. HO's in as well for his soft tyres. So it's all happening here at the moment. I said lap 10 on to lap 11 as DLG Gamble's now joined the gang as well. So he'll be going onto the soft tyres as well. There you go, and away he goes.
Go now.
Nice stop all round from McLaren. It'll probably be
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
no, he gets away with it. And this is Pres BC back into the pit lane, so it didn't take him long to change back onto the super soft tyres. So he's run those ultra soft tyres pretty quickly, and comes back out in P12 at the moment. But Greek Master not mucking around here, just getting past Master Berserk, who has yet to pit, and he'll pop up into obviously P3. Will be P2 once his teammate comes into the pits. And actually on lap 12, you see Fens is actually in and out of the pits, so to a set of soft tyres for him. So DRC Jarrett will get the lead, and Fens will hang on for P2 here. So Greek trying a bit of the undercut, didn't really work out. So I think he's actually lost a bit more ground to Fens there. So he's going to have to do all the hard work again, is Greek, but doesn't need to do anything silly, as Master Berserk's now out of the Grand Prix. And again, nearly similar to what his teammate did earlier on in the race, in the exact same spot at the castle section. And I think there was a little positional change as well with the Williams boys, with Greek getting past Fens there. I think Greek's higher up in the championship at the moment, so any points he can gain on Ryan at this stage will be a bonus here. And this is lap 12 on about lap 13 as Neon Tridome. There's going to be a little switcheroo here in the Red Bull camp, as there goes HO up now into P5. So Neon obviously hasn't pitted yet for his one and only stop, so he'll be probably won't be too far away for him. Probably in the next couple of laps for him when he comes into the pits and puts on the super soft tyres. So he's let his teammate go, try and have a little bit of fun here. And there was a little bit of an issue here with Quicksilver. And I wasn't really sure what the earth was going on here, as Greek actually sets fast slap, and then all of a sudden just randomly spawns up at the castle section, and he's just lost his front wing in there. And I think after the race he was questioning, it was either Pres BC, it might have been Drop Bear actually, what was going on, and he was thinking one of those two made contact with him here. I think it was more Drop Bear. You can see how far back behind he is, but coming through here, through turns 5 and 6, all seems pretty smooth at the moment. So nothing toward here, but now through turn 7. Now probably this is where all the action is going to occur here in the castle section here.
Increase the ERS deployment.
He actually apparently gets a whack on Quicksilver's screen, but apparently on Drop Bear's screen he wasn't anywhere near Quicksilver, but that was all very weird. Might have been desync, but Neon finally pits at lap 16, so put on the super soft tyres, and I think he comes out in position 7. And actually Quicksilver did retire from the race as well. I'm not sure where he did that, whether he did that in the pits or whatnot. Wish we could have a mini-map to find out where he did it or not. But Largy's now banged it into the wall again. That was getting onto the power a little bit too early there on lap 17 this is. So now I wouldn't be surprised if he has a lot of damage, a bit more damage actually in his front wing. I think he does. So with Quicksilver's retirement, it literally puts everybody in the top 10 will score points. So I think both those two actually come back to the pits. But this is a hectic battle for the race lead, with DRC Jarrett and Greek Master showing well and truly a lot of pace here, literally pushing each other. Well, Greek pushing Jarrett all the way through the final couple of corners at 16 and 17. But there was Laggy back into the pits. He put a set of super soft tyres on and a front wing change. I think Pres BC probably did the exact, well, maybe on the super soft tyres, but Laggy will come out ahead just enough to keep on the lead lap here. There's a little bit of a glitch there. with me, but Greek going to have to do it the long way around the outside here. But Jarrett hangs on for now. Going into turn 1. There's a drop bag. It's a 3-second time penalty, but this is one hectic battle here because Jarrett's already won a league race around here in Baku, so he would like to make it a double this weekend especially. So look at Greek all over him here. There's going to be contact between these two, and there was, I think, into turn 16. There's just got to be patient here as Greek. You can't afford to be banging into one another if you're just not up far enough there, and you don't really want to get front wing damage this late on in the race. But he's playing it patiently here. He's going to go right around the long way here. He's got DRS and full-on overtake here. This is probably not the camera angle I wanted, but he did cut across Jared there, and I think they actually made contact there. And yes, Greek's run wide at turn 1. I think Jared did run a little bit wide as well, but that's pretty much allowed Greek to, well, he's now, I think, did a little swap there with V-Fence to give to V-Fence like he have a go at Jared. But a couple of laps later on lap 21 to 22, I think this is, Fence has a look up the inside here and around the outside into turn 1. Jarrett running a little bit wide there, but still managing to hold on. Greg sort of backed away a little bit there. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a little bit of damage there, but it was probably a little bit naughty cutting across there into turn 1. He probably could have maybe gone side by side there and avoided all that, but that is Neon Tridome getting past DLG Gamble for position 6 in this race. Obviously, much fresher rubber and much super on different tyre strategies. As there he goes right around the outside. Pretty simple move there. Got plenty of speed and DRS up his sleeve, and there we go. There's the move done for Neon. So obviously back up into P6, and DLG Gamble drops back to a P7. Just everything playing patiently at the moment here. So a good, decent result again for Red Bulls. But continuing on, DRC Jared still covering the inside line here. I would be surprised if Fens is there. That'll be wide, lap 22 or the 23, and Fens going right around the outside. There is a little bit of contact into turn 1. That was probably a little bit cheeky there as well, but Jared just hangs on for now. Fens is going to have to do all the hard work again. But here we go again on to from lap 23 on to 24, and again Fens goes right around the outside. Just to go brake much deeper there, and he finally gets the spot on DRC Jared that Greek couldn't do earlier on. So I think there is probably a little bit of difference here, because I think Fens probably has more penalties up his sleeve, and I think probably the same can be said for Greek. So I don't think Jared's got many. It goes right around the outside here is Jared, not giving each other room there. Really cutting across the wall there. Jared back up the inside here. There's more contact. They're literally going to put each other in the wall if they're not careful. Well, we want to see clean racing, but this is nearly getting ridiculous here, if I'm honest. Sorry to the guys if you're watching this video, but just banging wheels, and now Jared's back in front. So it's all happening here, and this is allowing Greek to catch up to this battle, and HO starting to slowly catch up here to New Zealand Ryan. So could be some interesting battles going on here. As I do thank DRC Jared for the footage as well. I thank everybody for their footage that they've given me for this race. So Fens again tries around the outside into turn 1, and has he got it this time? Yes, he does. Probably does a little bit of a break check there on DRC Jared, just to make sure he didn't get back up the inside. But Greek comes up the inside here, tries to get it back. So I think Fens was probably trying to help Greek out a little bit there. But HO actually has now got the position on New Zealand Ryan. And I think post-race, there was a little bit more contact with Jared and Greek. You got to be a little bit more patient there, I think, from memory. But this is nearly getting a bit silly here. But yeah. Speaking afterwards, I think Ryan copped a little bit of front wing damage, so he let HO go through into P4s. Greek runs very wide into turn 1, so he's just got to be more patient here. He's just trying, I think, a little bit too hard here, so gives a little bit of a free kick there to DRC Jared, but this is actually onto the final lap, I believe, or near the final lap. But Jared going to come under a bit of attack here from Greek Master into turn on the front straight here. Down into turn 1. My teammate actually gets a penalty for his troubles, but Fens does win the Grand Prix on track, but after penalties, DRC Jared will take the victory, as HO will come home in second and Greek Master in third. It was a nice way for my teammate to finish the race, but crashing into the wall, losing the left front tyre. So, yeah, you could say Jared has now won back-to-back races here around Azerbaijan, so he's got a good bit of form here, and this will probably help him out in the championship standings. And a great result all around from HO, just kept it clean. And obviously, Greek Master, what more can you say, really? It's anyway, getting a nice bit of XP there, even though I didn't really take part in that race. But there's the final result. So Jared wins over HO, and Greek Master obviously back into third. Fans in fourth with the penalties. New Zealand Ryan as well with in fifth. Got Neon, in Triodome in sixth. DLG Gamble 7. Drop Bear, great result for him in P8. Pres BC in 9th, and Laggy rounds out the 10, and then pretty much everybody else. Quicksilver, Master Berserk, Warden, and myself, we pretty much all DNF'd out of that race. So, yeah, that was certainly a chaotic race, to say the least. But, yeah, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more AOR Oceania F1 action on F1 2018, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. Before we go, a little quick update on the championship standings. I think it's literally actually 1 point between Greek Master and New Zealand Ryan, so that the third place probably did help him a little bit there. Now, this was taken a bit post-race, but I can tell you now that DRC Jared copped that post-race penalty after the Azerbaijan round, and fortunately he got his win stripped pretty much off him. I think like 5 seconds or something or other added to his race time. So HO actually won the Grand Prix, so it's actually his first AOR victory. So big congrats to HO there. So anyway, we're back down in like P13, so not really going too well at the moment. We've only had like 2 points finishes in this season, 8th in Australia and 9th in China. Bahrain and Azerbaijan to just chuck them out the window pretty much. But yeah, what more is there to say really? But all my social media links will be down in the description. You can make sure you give me a follow on my Facebook page, Twitter and Instagram, and also check out the Apex Online Racing website and the YouTube channel as well. But for the moment, guys and girls, until the Spanish Grand Prix, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.